Dang, y'all already here? You should have told me you came early. I didn't know. I would have prepared a little bit. For those that have been on my Make-A-Moveset series before and have seen the last two iterations, then you know this format is a little bit different. I don't normally do face cam for these. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the last two Make-A-Moveset series iterations, one on Skull Kid, then another one on Zero for Mega Man Zero series. Hey, I don't care when you watch them. You can watch them beforehand and then come back to this, or you can watch this one and then go backwards. As long as you watch them, you better watch it. But it's just like, I'm trying something new, so I hope you guys do enjoy this. Now today, time for the meat. Today we got the Make-A-Moveset edition for Sora, the most desired DLC character I have for Smash. I cannot express just how much I would love to see this character in the game. Now, why Sora, you ask? Because I love Kingdom Hearts. If it were up to me, it wouldn't be Sora, it would be Aqua. But hey, if the best we can do is Sora, then I'm down as long as I get a Kingdom Hearts rep. Anyway, I know y'all here for the meat of the video. Let me stop rambling, I'm sorry. Now for those of you that are unfamiliar, Make-A-Moveset is a series to where I take a character that I would like to be in Smash, or you guys suggest that I think also be cool in Smash, and then create a moveset, a complete moveset for them that I think would be really cool to have, and really show them off in a game like Smash. Hope you guys enjoy this. We're about to step in. So for Soras Jab, it's going to be the classic Sora starting Kingdom Hearts 3-hit combo. Anyone who's played Kingdom Hearts should know exactly what I'm talking about. The basic 3-hit combo when you don't have any ground combo pluses or advanced abilities that lead into different combo finishers or any advanced combo routes whatsoever. No abilities added on, just the basics. That exactly will work in Smash too. So the F2 is going to be just a forward stepping swing horizontally, just to hit the opponent outward and to really accentuate. It's a Keyblade, but I can still space out on you. It's still a sword, don't forget. It's just to pretty much swipe at you and to make sure you can be kept at a distance. Not too much startup, not too much in lag, about the same as like a normal swordies forward to like Marth and stuff like that. You guys know how much startup and in lag is on like a Marth F-tilt and stuff like that. Just something you can reliably space in and out, but still be punished if you don't do it good enough. And during planning, a lot of these I was able to get footage for, but some of these are just going to be completely original ideas. So some things are going to have to be uniquely made for Smash. So I won't have Kingdom Hearts based animations for them, but I'll be editing them on screen, my ideas, so you guys can get exactly what I'm talking about. So for his down tilt, it's going to be like a tiny Keyblade stab at a downward angle, still enough to be able to 2-frame if you time it right. He kind of like bends his back and still thrusts downward, so it can still poke over the ledge, kind of like how Sephiroth's down smash can go, but not nearly as far because the Keyblade ain't as long as Sephiroth's Masamune. For his up tilt, it's going to be kind of similar to the Kingdom Hearts 2 up slash Keyblade ability, but it's basically a slash that starts in front of Sora but ends at an upward angle behind Sora. And this move, I'm imagining, can, depending on how the hits connect, can connect into some of his other aerials like forward air, back air, up smash, maybe at lower percents, just depending on how you decide to utilize the move. Spacing, percentage, and what hitboxes especially. You got to be mindful of these things. Its F smash is going to be a strong Keyblade thrust that just stabs forward and sends Sora's body forward. His body's not going to go very far, but his Keyblade is going to be extended at a very significant range. But the good thing about this move, the thing you got to remember, is that after you release A when you do the smash attack, you can quickly press A again to launch a beam of light magic at the enemy. Similar to how Min Min's Dragon Arm works, you can either just do the regular F smash or you can do the F smash and then let go of A and then hit A again to make sure it does the dragon beam. You guys get what I'm saying? Yeah, I know that sounds good. His up smash is going to be Faraga Burst. It's an upward stab towards the sky that summons a big fireball magic in the form of Faraga Burst. As you guys may know, it's going to be on screen if you don't know. That launches many smaller fireballs outwards around it for the full duration that is going to be active. So it's pretty much going to be like a bigger version of Steep's up smash, while also sending out smaller little fireballs at the same time. And only the main ball has a killing launch at the very end of the move. And the smaller fireballs just flinch you, but they definitely can't kill you. But they do probably about 1.5% per fireball that hits you. And for his down smash, that's going to be the infamous, the goated Kingdom Hearts 2 explosion finisher. Not just Kingdom Hearts 2 explosion finisher, but it's also in Kingdom Hearts 3 once you go into second form. I don't even think I need to say that much, but it pretty much like 4 or 5 orbs of light when Sora slams his Keyblade downwards, not hitting the ground, just that thrust it downwards, and it activates the explosion magic, rotating around Sora's body, starting at the bottom and then quickly spins spins around towards the top. Now you might be wondering, does he need a down smash that starts at the bottom of him and also twirls around to the top of his body? Is there any down smash like that? Well, I mean, Mega Man's down smash, he slams his hands into the ground and then the fire pillars launch upwards, and even just the flames that are active still have a hitbox around them. So I mean, hey, it's not like it's never been done before. For his neutral layer, it's going to be the Kingdom Hearts ability Aerial Sweep, the one where Sora is on the ground, then he quickly, when there's an enemy above him, he quickly spins around and flies into the air, slicing around the entirety of his body. Now the way I imagine this working is when Sora is in the air, so he's already in the air, once you hit A, the spiral, he's just going to quickly rotate his Keyblade around from the bottom of his body all the way to the top of his body. Now you might be wondering, man, that move's not going to be very good because he only has a hitbox around like the top part of his body where he's slinging the Keyblade, right? But nah, that's not how that ability works. Sora brings his Keyblade from the bottom of his feet, twirling around towards the top of his body. So the way I imagine this is going to work, if favorite hero to be in Smash, is the hitbox is going to start at the bottom of Sora's body. So this move will be able to be used on landing, and you can cancel the move once you land and then start another one, or you can approach them and then short hop rising and connect from the bottom of Sora's feet, and they'll be brought up into the attack. So a multi-hit pretty much vacuum sucks that in, so you can both land and cancel the animation into another move, or you can just do it approaching them and then you do a rising one and then it could connect into another potential move, whatever you can net at that time. This move is mainly used for commanding stage presence. It can really do some nice shield damage because of the amount of multi-hits that it has. You do have to be careful with this move though, because although Sora slashes around his body, the hitbox isn't around the entirety of his body the whole time, only at certain moments. So you gotta make sure you time it right. And the damage of the moves is pretty nice on both on shield and on hit. So I say probably about 6 damage for the entirety of the hit. Now this move, although it does not kill, it does have a slight stronger launch at the end of the move, kind of similar to Palutena's move. Once you get dragged in, it kind of does that last final hit that blasts you outwards. Although it can't kill, depending on how close you are to the blast zone and being edge guarded, it can definitely be net for an early kill. Now his forward air is going to be something a little bit more unique. His forward air will consist of a total of 4 hits in 3 segments, pretty much exactly like the starting Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora Aerial combo. So he does a 1-2, and then he does a 3, then he does a 4. I'm gonna have it on screen so you guys can get a good visualization, and don't be afraid to pause and rewind if you want to see something again. That's what this video is here for. Now all of these hits are not forced, so the way I'm thinking about this is it's similar to Bayonetta's forward air. You can attack up to a certain amount of times, but none of these are forced, and you can really make some neat and interesting conversion based on how you decide to utilize the move. Now the fewer hits you do, the less the in lag and the more combo potential you have to start into another move or to recombo it into itself. Like for example, I'm thinking on when you're landing, you could do a fair 1, you could do a fair 1 fastball, then a fair 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Or add a little bit more hits on, you could do fair 1, 2, land again, then fair 1, 2, and land again, then fair 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys get what I'm saying? And maybe depending on how it works, you can also land a move that carries them off to the blast zone if you're close enough to them. Like you hit them with it off stage, you can go fair 1, 2, pause 1, 2, and then doing like a rising neutral air afterwards, and then boom, they're dead, just like that. But if this move were to just fully connect, if you were to do all 4 hits, all 3 segments, if you were to do that, each of these is like I said before, just like Bayonetta's forward air, it pops them and the opponent upward so you can keep vertical momentum so you won't just be dropping like a rock. Now his back air is just going to be something very simple. It's just a simple backwards spin where he kind of lunges his arm and his shoulders really far backwards. Not like a normal spinning attack where he doesn't lean forward or backward like his neutral air, but he really just kind of winds up and then thrusts his body backwards. So I'm going to have an animation on screen similar to what I'm talking about, but like I said, I'm going to have notes so you guys can see it too. So this one's not going to have as little startup as his neutral air or forward air is. Going to have a little bit more startup because Sora's going to wind up so he can thrust his body backwards to make the hit stronger, and that's what's really going to make this back air a killing move. And when Sora does this, he kind of aims it downward towards the middle of his body at a small angle so it can still be able to hit landing opponents. So his up air is going to be very simple, an overhead slash, kind of like his up tilt except in the air. Now this move is mainly for anti-airing and combo potential, and it's not something that you're going to be used for kill. Kind of like Mario's up air, how you're really going to use it for anti-airing and combo potential into maybe another up air or a different aerial, but you're not really going to try and kill with something like that unless you just want to go for a carry out the top. And to close out Sora's physical attacking move is going to be his dash attack, his get up attack, and then his ledge get up attack. Now his dash attack is going to be the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC ability called Quick Slash. Sora will quickly spin the Keyblade around his body similar to aerial sweep, except for he stays on the ground, and then at the very end he slashes his Keyblade and smacks it towards the ground, going back upwards again, which creates spark to fly at the very end of the move. And that spark at the end is going to be a launcher that can pop him up into the beginning of other combos, or you can hit them with a dash attack, jump at them and bait another move, and then that's when you attack. So 50-50-50. Does that make sense? No, but that's what it is. His get up attack is just going to be Sora starts break dancing to stand himself up while also swinging his Keyblade around his body, and then gets back into his starting position, because you know Sora be break dancing. And then his let's get up is just going to be a simple just smack of his Keyblade at the opponent's feet. Now as far as Sora's normals go and his physical attacking moves, I imagine Sora to be the type of sword character that although can space away and keep you at a distance, he's also very combo oriented and not afraid to get up close and also rush you down when he needs to. So his normals, solid. Do they have some weaknesses? Yeah. Do they have kind of certain utility? Yeah, but they're still very solid, and learning how to use them, something that will be really fun. And that's exactly what I want Sora to be, something unique, fun, bring something different to the table. But now it's on to the meat, on to the real meat, Sora's specials. Now for his neutral special, it's going to be the command deck. The way I envision this is going to be similar to Shulk's Monado art dial. Now at the beginning of the match, Sora already starts with a preset command and it stays that exact same one the entire time. So if you just press B once, it will use that command. But if you were to hold B, the command deck comes up and you can pick which command you want to switch to, and that'll be the active single B press special. So when you hold B, you see the one you want to, and then press whatever direction you want and then let go, and that'll be activated quickly, just like that, no in lag. Now Sora's command deck abilities consist of 6 different commands. The first one is going to be Strike Raid. This is the one that Sora starts off the match with every single time. This is number 1. Sora will throw the Keyblade. It will work on the ground and in the air, but during this animation, as soon as the Keyblade is thrown, Sora cannot freely move. He is stuck there in that pose until his Keyblade comes back to him. Once the Keyblade hits max range, if it doesn't connect with anything, just going to come right back. So that'll greatly reduce the amount of time that Sora's going to be stuck in an animation that he can't do anything about. If the Keyblade does connect with someone, if they're hit before it reaches the full distance, it will carry them outward towards the max distance, and then once it's done spinning, it'll bring the Keyblade back. It's not going to carry the opponent back. Once it reaches max distance, it's going to connect with the opponent and do 5 full rotations and then come back. Although each of the rest of these commands do have frames of startup to when Sora is going to cast them, there is no in lag on any of the commands. As soon as they're released, that's it. Sora can start moving again. The second in the command deck is going to be Faraga. In average speed fireball, average range, and on connect, it activates a 5-hit multi-hit that deals significant damage. It has no killing launch upon the last hit, but is mainly a move that deals a lot of damage, and it can also potentially lead to conversions because it stops all momentum of the opponent and also keeps them in that place. The third in the command deck is going to be Blizzaga. Now this has slightly above average speed, but it's a smaller hitbox than Faraga is going to be. It has the longest range as well, around 80 to 85%. If it hits the opponent, it will shortly freeze the opponent, similar to how Ice Climbers does. But the freeze time only lasts about 3 seconds, so if you were to get hit by it off stage, as long as you have your jump, you're gonna be perfectly fine. Actually, you know, I won't say 3 seconds. I'll say 2 seconds. The fourth in the command deck is going to be Thundaga. Now, Thundaga is very different in the Kingdom Hearts games than I imagine is going to be here. I imagine Thundaga is going to be kind of like a stronger version of Pikachu's Thunder. Although it's going to have the shortest horizontal range, the Thundaga strike is going to be summoned down from top to bottom in front of Sora, kind of like how Pikachu's and Pichu's are, except for instead of hitting his own body, is going to be sent down in front of his body. Now, if the move does not connect, it only strikes once, but if it hits one time, it'll strike and then strike 2 more times really quickly, and that's going to be the move that launches them outwards. This move does kill very reliably, but because Sora needs to summon the Thundaga strike, it's going to have longer casting time than both Blizzaga and Faraga will. And the 5th in his command deck is going to be Magnega. This one's a lot of fun. Although longer range than Thundaga, it still doesn't go as far as Faraga does or Blizzaga does. And this shoots Magnega magic, the strongest magnet magic. The magnet ball is still wider than it is tall, so although it is wider horizontally, it lacks verticality. Now the way this move operates is, if this move connects, it will hit the opponent and then launch them towards Sora, and that's when you can really do something cool with it. You can either grab them, you can convert it into a smash attack, you can do an aerial, you can do a grab and then a throw to mix up their DI. You get creative with it. By the way, I didn't say this yet, but feel free to leave your ideas in the comments below and get the discussion started. If you guys are enjoying this so far, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. Stay tuned because I got plenty of videos like this to come. And that's all I'm gonna say for this break. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Like I said, get discussing in the comments and let me know. I'm always down to discuss with you guys, and don't forget to discuss with the other commenters as well. Now, the last spell in his command deck is going to be Balunga. Sora releases a big balloon magic spell. Now when placed out, if Sora hits it, or the duration for where it can stay big is reached, the balloon breaks apart into smaller balloons and those home in on the opponents. Now these balloons can be shielded and they can be reflected. When they're reflected, they just home in on Sora automatically, like twice the speed of that they will normally go when they're homing in on an opponent. Now the balloons don't do that much percent damage, and even on shield they don't destroy the shield very much, and the balloons don't all hit at once, but they hit one after the other, still being able to combo into itself. So depending on where the balloon magic hits, it can carry the opponent off the side, carry the opponent off the bottom, carry the opponent off the top, wherever they are. And this move could really be used both for killing, comboing, and to keep someone on their toes, force them into a position where they're really pressured and have to be the one to take the action, evasive action, and you can quickly get stage control because of that. Woo, Lord have mercy. That's it for the command deck. How you guys like the neutral special? But we ain't done yet. We still got 3 more specials. The side special is going to be Ars Arcanum. Now this is going to be a Dancing Blade-esque type move, except instead of 4 hits, I think Dancing Blade is 4. Yeah, 4 hits. Instead of the 4 hits, is going to be just 6 hits. Now, Ars Arcanum in the Kingdom Hearts game is a really strong ability, so I decided to nerf it a bit because it is a lot to move in the Kingdom Hearts game, and I want to make sure I Smash nerfs it enough to where, although it's still powerful, it's balanced enough for the game. So I decided to limit it to just 6 hits. You cannot do the extra additional hits that you would get if you were to hit the attack button in time with the reaction time in the game. I want this build to be more akin to Marth's Dancing Blade, where it can kill on the last hit if it tippers. So I want this to be a tipper one. Now for his up special, I really couldn't decide between the two, so I'm proposing 2 to you guys. I want you guys to discuss in the comments which one you think you would prefer, or which one you think would be cooler, or whichever one you think you would want. I couldn't decide between glide and flow motion. So for glide, it would just be like very controllable, similar to Steve's, except he can move a lot more. He can cancel the glide and be able to attack while he's doing it. It kind of has a startup animation to where he kind of holds in place and then he launches himself. And at that point, that's when Sora's going to be invincible. And then after that, he's completely vulnerable to be hit, but he can definitely control his path a lot easier, more like a Meta Knight's glide and brawl. Now the other alternative was flow motion. Although Sora's flow motion is more linear than glide would be, the way I envision it is it's going to have a hitbox on it. So Sora's going to do the same thing. He's going to kind of like hold in place, then he's going to launch himself. But the way flow motion is going to work is that you don't need to cancel it or anything to do a hit. It has a hitbox the entire time through it. It's invincible at the start and has a hitbox the entire time through it. So as soon as someone approaches Sora, he immediately just slashes them out of the way. But at the same time, the way I want this to work really like flow motion. So if Sora were to use startup flow motion, aim himself at a wall, as soon as he hits that wall, he'll immediately bounce back outwards. And at that point, that's when you can cancel. That's when you can cancel the move. But he can do the same thing, not just on a wall, but on the ground as well. So you can start flow motion in the air, go towards the ground at an angle, bounce back upwards, and then cancel the move, and then jump at it, and then jump with another attack. The way you cancel it is just a jump, similar to Wario's bike, to where he could jump off the bike, but that doesn't use one of his aerial jumps. You guys get what I'm saying? I couldn't decide between the two. Both I feel like could be really good. And to end off his specials is going to be his down special, Reflega, the infamous reflect magic from Kingdom Hearts 2. What this does is pretty much cast reflect magic around Sora's body. The way I want it to work similar to Sephiroth's down B, where the counter is more like a shield than anything. Now the way this is going to work is to where it doesn't the counter once hit does immediately blast back, but it absorbs hits and fully protects Sora for a certain period of time. And when it's over, that's when when you hit it, it'll kind of like stun the opponent, and then that's when it's going to explode into many of the bubbles of the reflect magic, and it'll double the damage and double the knockback based on what you hit him with. But the thing about this move is that if you miss, Sora is going to be caught in crazy in lag. So as powerful as it is, as big range as it has, if you whiff or if someone baits it out, you're done. Woo! That is it for Sora's specials. Now there's not very much left. The next 2 sections are going to be his taunts and his throws, and I'm just gonna kind of fly through this. His up throw is pretty much gonna grab the opponent and throw them upward while casting Aroga on you, and this is going to be a kill throw. His back throws from is going to be he tosses you backwards at an angle upwards and then automatically slashes at you. It doesn't kill, but it doesn't combo either. Down throw, he grabs you and slams you into the ground, then attacks with Radial Blaster that launches you outward. It's not as reliable as up throw for killing, but with bad DI or no DI, it'll send you pretty far. And then forward throw is going to be a simple throwing forward. He stretches his body forward at the same time after he tosses you away, basically putting his whole back into it. And for his taunts, up taunt is going to be he's going to rotate and spin the Keyblade at the camera, flexing, and then end with his signature stance, kind of like he did in Chain of Memories. Side taunt is going to be an upward Keyblade point like you see in the keyhole. Down taunt is going to be Donald and Goofy appearing and cheer for Sora while he smiles. Now the way his final smash is going to be is kind of like a Mega Man. Pretty much he's going to cast Stop the Magic at you as a projectile, and when it connects, it stops you in place, and then it starts an animation where Sora comes in, summons the other warriors of light, tosses you upward, and then they all do a giant beam of light energy and right through your body. And that just leaves us for the costumes. Alt 1 is going to be his normal Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit and have the Kingdom Key. His second alt is going to be a Kingdom Hearts 2 themed outfit with the Kingdom Key. His third alt is going to be based on Kingdom Hearts 2's Wisdom form, and his Keyblade is going to change into the Star Seeker. His fourth alt is going to be based on Kingdom Hearts 2's Limit form, and is going to be holding the Decisive Pumpkin. His fifth alt is going to be based on literally Kingdom Hearts 3's Guardian form, and it's going to be holding the Hero's Origin Keyblade. And then his sixth alt is going to be his double form alt from the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, and he's going to be having the Oath Keeper Keyblade. And the last one is going to have a special unique alt kind of similar to Hero and Sephiroth and other characters where their alts changed really significantly. He's going to have an alt based on Vanitas, or his Keyblade also changes to the Void Gear. Ooh, that was a lot. Again, thank y'all for coming out the video. Before I even say anything else, if you guys like the new format, let me know. If you guys like this moveset, or if you guys would think different things would be good in his moveset, you don't have to agree with everything I said or anything I said. You can feel free to go in the comments and then tweak other parts of the movesets, whether it be their damage, their percentage, or how they send, how they combo, how they kill, and whatever tweaks you want to make. You can go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm down to talk with y'all. I'd really love for Sora to be in Smash. I really want him to be. And hey, if he does get in Smash, then you can come back to the video and be like, you were right, it happened. Let me stop being a clown. Thank y'all for watching. Check the link in the description for my link to my Twitter and other social media, like especially my Twitch, where I stream a bunch of story-based games, and also have some streams where I stream some random games. And yeah, they're a lot of fun over there. Nothing serious, but a bunch of story-based games where we just chill, be clowns, and just also enjoy and dive into a deep story we can really analyze and just really talk about in depth. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and leave suggestions for future characters you want to see in this Make-A-Moveset series as well, because I'll definitely take them into consideration. Can't guarantee I will do them, but they'll be in consideration. And of course, don't forget to check out my other original series like Choose Your Hand, Strangest Pokemon of Each Generation, Most Deadly Pokemon of Each Type, and of course, if you're into Kingdom Hearts, check out my Kingdom Hearts theories. I have playlists for each one of those. Broken record at this point. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Man, please, Nintendo Sakurai, please put Sora in.